Ekurhuleni is still without a mayor. Last week, the council sitting had to be postponed. Some are citing technicalities, while others say there appears to be a deadlock on who should take over the reins from Tania Campbell. So what does this mean then for things going forward? Ongama Mtimka is a political analyst and joins us live now. Ongama, thank you so much for your time. There's a lot that has been said about why things are where they are with Ekurhuleni. There's, of course, reports suggesting that talks have deadlocked on how they move forward with the situation, but others are saying there may be some technicalities here when it comes to some of the processes unfolding in council. From where you sit, according to your reading of this particular situation, what could be going on?
Good evening to you and your viewers, Bongi. Thank you for having me. Well, there are many answers to that question as to what's going on, both in terms of the details of what's happening now, but the broader political environment in which that municipality finds itself in. So let me start with the former. One, the EFF and the ANC are obviously, along with a few others, are pursuing a change of government in Ekurhuleni. But as we saw with developments this week, although they were agreed about the need to remove Tania Campbell, there was no consensus about who is going to succeed her and the constituting of government from then onwards. So that puts that municipality in a situation where a council meeting gets called according to the rules. The meeting sits, the parties cannot agree, and therefore it gets rescheduled. I think I'm watching the Democratic Alliance in terms of whether or not it abuses the office of the Speaker. So far, it's been playing along because you would expect that they would use that last power that they have. But so far, the Speaker has been playing according to the rules in terms of, one, calling the meeting, and then when there was a permissive environment to actually postpone the meeting, that took place. It's going to be interesting to watch how that dance between the rules and the political imperatives of all those involved plays a role going forward. But also, what I wanted to highlight, Bongi, is that the broader issue is that for the voters in Ekurhuleni have been withdrawing support from the ANC for over a decade, with each successive election seeing the party losing a marginal support base. And that drop was huge also between 2016 and 2021, where it's now sitting in the 30s, whereas back in 2016, it was in the 40s, and then in the previous elections, above 50.
And you know, when you read some of the reports suggesting what is said to be happening behind closed doors, there appears to be, according to some, three, proposals that have been tabled. The EFF either runs the Ekurhuleni Metro, or they co-govern, or the EFF gets the Speaker and Deputy Mayor positions, among others. Given what we are seeing, as these talks are said to be emerging, how do you see this one play out?
Well, I think that the parties rushed to execute the motion of no confidence in the mayor when they were not ready in order to bring about a change of government in there. And I think that also there's got to be some accountability here in terms of both the relationship with, between the party at a local level and at a national level, where one asks themselves, where was the provincial leaders and the national leaders when this process was started to ensure that, to determine whether there was a full thought-out plan in order not to destabilize the municipality. If you listen to the rhetoric of both the EFF and the ANC, they talk as though of utmost importance for them is to make sure that there's stability in Ekurhuleni, while leaving the municipality in limbo for about weeks. And as you know, in local government, the executive powers are vested in a municipal council. So decisions need to be taken in order for the administration to function. So when you precipitate a crisis of this nature, when you are not ready to conclude it, it shows that these parties' focus is on the horse trading and the power that comes with when these individuals, take the roles, and there's little regard for ensuring that there's stability in the municipal council.
And we're also seeing, of course, a picture that continues to emerge, the smaller parties and their kingmakership that we are seeing in various councils. Is this a picture that we can expect to continue to characterize these coalition agreements? Because we are seeing them, and there does appear to be quite a big role that they're playing there, but at the same time, it looks like this is going to be the status quo going into the future.
So I call the process dynamic fragmentation. And what it is that we are seeing the phenomenon of small party becoming a permanent feature in South African politics. And it's driven by two things: the decline of the ANC initially, and as it seems also the decline of the Democratic Alliance, where if you look at, for example, the four biggest parties in Ekurhuleni, it's the DA and the ANC, the DA, and well as the splinter parties of both of those parties, the EFF and Action SA. And then you've got a number of parties ranging from 1 to 4 seats. The point is that proportional representation systems are aimed at ensuring that a diverse range of constituents are represented in a municipal council, and as such bequeath to those 1 to 4 seats parties power to negotiate and the design of the political system is that power then ensures that it protects against what is called the tyranny of the majority, where people who come from the dominant sections in a society rule among themselves and marginalize smaller sections in a society. So in a society as diverse as South Africa, that is the right way to do things. What you need is not less of splitting of the votes, as the Democratic Alliance is ill-advisedly campaigning and almost like blaming South Africans for voting for smaller parties. What we need is a mature cohort of politicians that's able to make amends with what South Africans are giving them and make sure that they are leading these municipalities to work a lot more effectively.
And it's going to be interesting then to see what happens, because one can then suspect that we are about to see the same unfold in Tshwane. But let's leave it there with you for now. Thank you so much, Ongama. I do appreciate your time.
You there, Bongi.
Oh, sorry about that. I was saying that thank you so much for your time, because it looks like we're going to be speaking again, because one can expect possibly the same to happen in Tshwane. Thank you so much for your time, though. Do appreciate it tonight. That is Ongama Mtimka, a political analyst, and of course talking about the developments in Ekurhuleni. Let's wait and see what happens with this one.